Last year our plant became part of a large production association in Krasnodar Krai that produces medical drugs. We got new orders, and we expanded production. To do this we had to buy equipment for washing and sterilizing penicillin vials. Previously, the procedure was performed on a washing machine, which could handle large batches of vials. I, Levina Vigor Petrovich, have been working at the plant for more than 30 years, 15 of them as chief engineer. All production at the plant I know well. I was assigned a task to find automatic equipment for washing and sterilization of penicillin vials for the packing and transportation section. Penicillin vials are glass bottles into which powders, granules and liquids are dispensed. We use glass vials with green caps to produce the biopreparation. I was looking for modern equipment that could be controlled through an LCD screen. The machine had to have a capacity of at least 100 penicillin vials per minute. In addition to washing the vials, the machine had to perform a sterilization operation followed by packaging. I have many acquaintances in the field of production. The first thing I did was to seek their advice in finding automatic equipment for washing and sterilizing penicillin vials. I understood that the sphere of production of my colleagues is different from the sphere of our enterprise, but they could recommend me good manufacturers of equipment, whom I could turn to for help in choosing the automatic machine. There are many nuances in the production of medicinal products, which must be taken into account at all stages, controlled by various analytical equipment, including washing and sterilization. Colleagues recommended me 2 manufacturers in Germany. I found their data on the internet and sent them an email requesting to select equipment according to my requirements. 2 days later I received a reply from one company saying that they have a machine for washing and sterilization of vials with the given technical parameters, but it is only suitable for plastic vials. Another company refused to work with us because they don't work with CIS countries. On the same advice of colleagues, I did not contact Chinese manufacturers directly. My acquaintances told me that equipment manufacturers from China often deliver incomplete equipment, citing inaccurate information about the required parameters of the machine. I could not take the risk, so I decided to choose a Russian-speaking intermediary to find automatic equipment for washing and sterilizing penicillin vials. I needed a professional who had been working for a long time in the field of supplying pharmaceutical equipment and had positive customer feedback. I began my search for a specialist on the internet. I chose 3 of the most presentable companies. As a criterion, I looked at the time the company has been on the equipment supply market, the company's website, the terms of delivery of the machine. I called to all the companies by phone in order to be sure of the manager's professionalism. The specialist of one company said to wait for 5 minutes, but never listened to me. I didn't like such attitude to the customer. The manager of another company from Samara talked to me politely, asked questions about the necessary performance equipment, manufacturing time. 5 days later I received to my mail from them 10 variants of different machines for washing and sterilization of penicillin vials, and an offer to make a choice by myself. I realized that they did not have a professional approach, and would not help me in the decision of finding equipment for washing and sterilization. The last, 3rd intermediary option, turned out to be a good one for me. The mail manager spoke to me like a professional. He asked specific questions about performance, the material of the bottles used, told me about the terms of delivery. During the consultation he chose automatic equipment for washing and sterilization of penicillin vials, which I was able to quickly coordinate with the plant's management. The machine was acceptable in terms of features and price. We concluded a contract for the supply of equipment within a week. The manager reported the degree of readiness of the machine 2 weeks in advance. The machine was delivered within the scheduled time. After installation and adjustment of the equipment, we were able to evaluate its quality. Our glass bottles with green caps were placed upside down in a tray. They were then separated into streams and moved on a conveyor belt into the separating device, keeping a safe distance. The washing process, followed by sterilization, was performed using a directed flow of water from nozzles. After washing, the vials were transferred to an eraser tray, which was covered with film to avoid contamination of the penicillin vials. The remnants of the film were wound on a reel, thus avoiding the contamination of the working area. The finished sterilized vials were held tightly in a plastic tray. We were satisfied with the automatic equipment for washing and sterilization of penicillin vials, recommended and supplied by the manager of this company. I realized that I made the right choice of a specialist to supply the equipment. Qualified advice is essential in choosing any purchase. The project is sure to be successful if that advice was received from a professional.